I'm Squadron Leader Peter Lisney. It is with great sadness that we bring to you this very special episode of Inside Air to pay tribute to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away on the 8th of September 2022. We will shortly hear tributes from the Commandant Generals of the Royal Air Force Regiment, Royal Auxiliary Air Force and Royal Air Force College, as well as the RAF Marham Station Commander and Officer Commanding 603 City of Edinburgh Squadron. But first, we will hear from the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Sir Mike Wigston.
It is with overwhelming sadness that the Royal Air Force and Royal Auxiliary Air Force mourn the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. During her long and glorious reign, she has been the embodiment of a life dedicated to the service of the nation and the Commonwealth, and for that has been admired by many millions around the world. Her late Majesty, as head of the armed forces, has been a constant source of inspiration and a pillar of strength to all who have been privileged to serve her. Those who had the honour of meeting Her Majesty will never forget their interaction and the deep sense of pride they felt in that moment. In 2018, on the occasion of the Royal Air Force centenary, Her late Majesty spoke warmly of her enduring affection for the Royal Air Force. She vividly described her recollections of the Battle of Britain being fought and won in the skies above London. She recounted that her father, King George VI, was the first member of the royal family to qualify as a Royal Air Force pilot. And she proudly remarked that her father's legacy echoes through the generations, with her son, His Majesty the King, and her grandson, the Prince of Wales, both having earned their Royal Air Force wings. We cherish Her late Majesty's deep connections to our service with the utmost respect and affection. On behalf of everyone in the Royal Air Force, serving, retired, and our families, I offer our deepest condolences to His Majesty the King and the royal family. God save the King.
Commandant General of the Royal Air Force Regiment, Air Vice Marshal Mick Smeeth.
As Commandant General of the Royal Air Force Regiment, and on behalf of all the members of the Corps, both past and present, I would like to express my condolences to His Majesty the King and to the royal family. As our Air Commodore-in-Chief, Her Majesty was the embodiment of public service and something that all of us strive to emulate. Her relationship with the Corps was both strong and deeply personal, and she will be greatly missed, but she will not be forgotten. Per ardua.
Commandant General of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Ranald Munro.
It is with great sadness that members of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force learned of the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Since 1953, we have been honoured to serve Her Majesty in her role as our Air Commodore-in-Chief. Throughout Her Majesty's reign, she took a keen interest in the work of the RAF's part-time volunteer reserves. In 2010, Her Majesty honoured the Royal Auxiliary Air Force by presenting our service with the Sovereign's colour, which we carry with pride to this day. In addition, in each year of her reign, Her Majesty has personally recognised RAF reservists who have given exemplary service by investing them with the Queen's Volunteer Reserve Medal. Her Majesty was an inspiration and a pillar of strength for all who served her and will be greatly missed and fondly remembered. As the Commandant General of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force, on behalf of all serving and ex-serving personnel, I offer our sincere condolences to His Majesty King Charles III and the royal family.
Commandant of the Royal Air Force College, Air Commodore Andrew Dickens.
As Commandant of the Royal Air Force College, it is with great sorrow that we mourn the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, our Commandant-in-Chief, who dedicated her life to the service of the nation and the Commonwealth. On behalf of everyone at the Royal Air Force College and their families, I offer our deepest condolences to His Majesty the King and the royal family.
RAF Marham's Station Commander, Group Captain Phil Marr.
It is with overwhelming sadness that the personnel of Royal Air Force Marham join people from across the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth and the world to mourn the passing of Her Majesty the Queen. Royal Air Force Marham is exceptionally honoured to have had Her Majesty the Queen as Honorary Air Commodore of the station since 1977, Her Majesty's Silver Jubilee year. Her Majesty visited Royal Air Force Marham on many occasions, and those of us who had the privilege of meeting her will remember her sense of humour, her keen interest in the station, its personnel and families, and her passionate support for the wider armed forces. Those memories will last a lifetime. On behalf of everyone at Royal Air Force Marham, I offer our sincere condolences to the royal family.
Finally, 603 City of Edinburgh Squadron's Officer Commanding, Squadron Leader Derek Reed.
Hello, I'm Squadron Leader Derek Reed, and I'm the Commander of number 603 City of Edinburgh Squadron of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force, one of a small number of units in the Royal Air Force that have a special relationship with Her Majesty the Queen. We share the nation's immense sadness at the news of Her Majesty's death. The Queen agreed to become the Honorary Air Commodore of 603 Squadron in 1951, when she was still Princess Elizabeth. She remained our Honorary Air Commodore on accession to the throne and presented the squadron with its standard in 1955. The squadron was disbanded in 1957, but the Queen agreed to resume her role when the squadron was reformed in 1999. On behalf of all the personnel of 603 City of Edinburgh Squadron, I would like to express our great sorrow following the death of our Honorary Air Commodore and the nation's longest serving monarch.